The DevAlign system is a process-centered framework for managing change and keeping operations aligned as an organization evolves. So what does that mean? Well, let's take a look at some of the components. You can define your processes and how all parts of the organization work together. For an example, we'll look at a process you might be familiar with, like when an employee loses a paycheck. Processes are defined using flow diagrams that show the key work activities. On the left are swim lanes that identify who is responsible for doing what, so you can clearly define the jobs for your staff. This process begins when an employee calls their boss saying they lost a check. The boss then submits a stop payment request to accounting. Accounting then implements the stop payment. But what exactly is involved? Notice the red box with shadows. That means you can drill down to greater detail in another process. Notice we came in here. Accounting does its thing, and then we return back to the payroll check problems to continue along the process. If a supplemental payroll is required, that can be initiated here. So you can see it's just like a huge map that allows you to navigate throughout your organization. You can also navigate by selecting processes directly from the left menu. You may have noticed these icons located throughout each of the processes. Those allow you to access more information where it is used. For example, I will click on this document icon and I can access the related proposal document. Or you can search for resources by type or process or other criteria, and it becomes your resource manager. You can also use the icons to define various controls such as time limits or other information. Other process information can also be accessed from this top menu, such as knowledge, skills, and performance standards required to perform a process, disaster recovery procedures, policies, SWOT analysis, and more. It should also be noted that when users are set up in the system, they are assigned various roles related to the process so that people involved with each process can also be looked up. You can also define SMART objectives and measures for each process that fall under the overarching organizational strategy and goals. All of this then becomes part of the dynamic living plan. Simply by maintaining your processes, those components of your living plan are dynamically generated and maintained. And when changes are needed, those are managed by the change manager. When a change request is submitted, people related to the process are automatically notified based on their role assignments relative to the processes. As requests are approved and move through the resolution stages, notifications are made to the impacted party at each step along the way. And when changes are made, training may be needed. Training can be dynamically assembled directly from the content, so that simply by maintaining your processes, training will always be current. Let's look at a training package. As you can see, you can select the components and it will automatically include those, the flows, the narrative, any notes, issues, resources that you can dynamically access those, the knowledge, skills, strengths, weakness, and all the other information that you may have selected. And for new hires, you can also dynamically generate job descriptions directly from the work activities in the processes. We'll take a look at a benefits administrator, and you can see these are the activities from the process flow. You can also select all of the skills, knowledge, and performance standards that have been defined for each process. Well, Those are just some of the key features in the DevAlign system used to help keep your operations aligned as the organization evolves. A more in-depth overview is available upon request. Thank you.